Good morning, students. As we have started with the 9th standard science bio chapter, diversity in living organisms. So in the diversity, we have started with the last kingdom, that is kingdom Animalia. With that, we have started with the invertebrates. Invertebrates with the 8 phylum. So in our previous classes, we have discussed and completed the 2 phylum, that is phylum Porifera and the Coelenterata. So let us start with the third one, students, that is phylum Platyhelminthes. What is the meaning of Platyhelminthes? Platy means flat. Helminthes or helminths means worms. So Platyhelminthes are also called as flatworms. Platyhelminthes are also called as the flatworms. As the name tells you, students, if you see these organisms, this phylum examples, these are flat bodied. The body is flat, ribbon-like, leaf-like you can say. Okay, so that type of the body structure we find in case of Platyhelminthes. So let us start with the general features. First one, where you find them as a free living. Free living in the sense you find them on the land, terrestrial. Many members are aquatic, in the water you find, and some members are parasites. Hope you know the meaning of parasites, students. Inside the body of the organisms, it may be the human beings, it may be the other animals. Inside the body, attached to the intestine and all, we find some worms. So to that category it belongs that, what we can write? Free living or maybe parasites. Hope you know the meaning of parasite, no students? Living in taking the help of other organisms. For the food and shelter, they are taking the help of other organisms. So those are called as the parasites. For example, in your body you find, you are the host, those are the parasites. You are providing the food, everything to them, food and shelter. So you are the host and those are the parasites, right? Yes. So these are free living in the water or maybe on the land. And these are parasites. Few are parasites, few are free living. Next character, the body is bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry. In the previous class, we have discussed bilateral symmetry and the radial symmetry. Hope you remember. Bilateral symmetry means in a particular angle, if you cut the organism, you can get the mirror image. Two equal parts of that organism you can get. That is the meaning called mirror image. That is called as bilateral symmetry. So these flatworms are with the bilateral symmetry. Next one, the body is thin. Body is thin, soft, leaf-like, and you are elongated also. Elongated or ribbon-like. If you spread the ribbon, how it looks, so it's flat on both the surfaces, like that flat, and the elongated called as ribbon-like. Next one, these are triploblastic animals. Triploblastic animals. What's the meaning of triploblastic, students? Tri means 3. The body is having 3 germ layers. If you take the section of the flatworms and observe, the body is made up of 3 layers. 3 germ layers called as triploblastic. Few organisms are having 2. That time what we called diploblastic. Hope you remember in the previous classes and all. Right? So here it is triploblastic. Do you find the digestive system, students? No, not well developed digestive system is present. Only digestive cavity is present with the mouth. Digestive cavity. Hope you are taking down the points, students. Digestive cavity with the mouth. Circulatory system is absent. Respiratory system is absent. Circulatory and the respiratory system are absent. So respiration by the normal diffusion process. Next. Few members are parasites inside. So to the parasites, to take the support of the host, they are having the structures called hooks and suckers. Hooks and suckers. Hooks. So with the help of, they will stick or they will attach to the host, and suckers. With the help of those structures, they will suck the digested food to their body. So what digested food in our body is available? That is the food of the parasites, flatworms. So that is what these are having the hooks and suckers. Next one, there is a presence of protonephridia. Presence of protonephridia. First of all, what is nephridia, students? This is the structure which helps for excretion. Okay, in annelida and all you will study there. There you are having the particular nephridia. Here, protonephridia, not so well developed, but there is a presence of excretory cells, you can say. So that is now called as protonephridia. Not exactly the one, okay, but having the beginning, as I told you, this is all in the path of evolution. So there is a beginning of nephridia, exact nephridia, you will get it in the annelida. So for what it helps, students? It helps for excretion. Nephridia helps for excretion. These are hermaphrodite. These are hermaphrodite. Can you see till there, students? Yes. What is the meaning of hermaphrodite? Means both the male and female reproductive organs occur in the same individual. You can't differentiate male flatworm, female flatworm. We don't find. Both the reproductive organs are present in the same body. So that is the meaning called as hermaphrodite. Okay. So simple type of reproduction we find. Examples like Chlamydia, tapeworm, hookworm, hookworm. Take down. So these are all few examples to the phylum flatworms. Liver fluke, these are all the examples. So students, so this much is about the general features as well as the examples of the phylum Platyhelminthes, which is also called as the flatworms. Right? Pick down the points.
Phylum Platyhelminthes. See the examples, students. As we have discussed, you may get them free or maybe parasites. Free, it may be in the water with a bilateral symmetry. See there, they are not having the particular locomotory organs. Flat leaf-like structure we find. This is the example called tapeworm, students. flat ribbon like, tape like it is. This is called liver fluke, planaria, tapeworm. Few important examples of this phylum. In the water, on the land, we get the Platyhelminthes.
Fourth phylum of invertebrates, that is phylum Nematoda. This phylum is also called as Aschelhelminthes. This phylum is also called as Aschelhelminthes or Nematoda. How is the structure of these phylum or members? The body is thread-like. See this top. How is the surface not round on all the sides? So like that you find. So thread-like structure we find. That is what these are also called as roundworms. In the previous phylum we have discussed as a flatworms because they were like a leaf, flat on both the sides, right? So here the body is circular without any segmentations and all. So called as the roundworms. Okay. So what are all the general features? First point, what we write, students? Body is round, thread-like, elongated, thread-like, elongated, cylindrical, that type of the body we find. The second one, where to find the roundworms? We find the roundworms as a free living and parasites. Just now we have discussed free living means verified. It may be in the water or it may be in the soil. Okay. Parasites means attached to the body of some other organisms. So both the categories we find in case of roundworms. Right? The next one, body is bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry. Yes, students, no need to explain now bilateral symmetry. Hope you are familiar. Two equal parts, mirror image you can get it. That is the meaning of bilateral symmetry. Triploblastic. Triploblastic, having the 3 germ layers. That is the meaning of triploblastic. You don't find any organ and organ system. Even in this phylum, we don't find any organ and organ system, but having a body cavity. So that is called pseudocoelom. Pseudocoelom. Pseudo means false. False body cavity. Only body cavity is there, but there is no particular organs and all. It has not filled. So it is called as pseudocoelom. That type we find. Parasitic worms may cause the diseases. Here, parasite and free living both we discussed. So, if it is a parasitic, it may cause you some disease. Example like elephantiasis. What is this elephantiasis? The leg will become like an elephant. Okay, elephants like that type of swelling will be there. So that is a problem called elephantiasis. So this elephantiasis comes through a roundworm called filarial worm. Filarial worm. name of the worm is filarial worm, which may cause the problem like elephantiasis. Hope you are taking notes, students. Intestinal problems, stomach pain and all will be there. That is all because of the pinworm and all. So many examples will come here. The examples like Ascaris, filarial worm. Next, Ascaris. It may be the Wucheria, Gasteria, Wuchereria. So these are the few examples to the phylum roundworm. And here one more thing, students, male and female we can differentiate. Okay, two separate sexes we find as a male organism and a female organism. Right? So these are all the general features as well as the examples of the phylum nematodes. It is also called Aschelanthes or the roundworms. Right, students?
Phylum Nematoda. Nematodes are commonly referred as roundworms, threadworms or pinworms. Largest group of metazoans. So these are pseudocoelomate, bilateral symmetry, cylindrical body and triploblastic. General characters of nematodes. Few are free living and some are parasites. Examples like Rhabditis. See the body, students, long, cylindrical, without any segmentations. This is the example of Ascaris. In this group we can differentiate as the male and female with a distinct mouth, excretory pore and the anus. Circular system is absent. Pseudocoelom epidermis is present with syncytial. Next example like a hookworm. It is having H-shaped excretory system. Digestion is both intracellular and extracellular. Body vascular system is absent and called as pseudocoelomic. Particular excretory system is not there, only excretory glands and cells are present, they are in the H shape. As you can distinguish the male and female. Can differentiate the body of male and female.
Write down today's home assignment, students. Differentiate between the general features of phylum Platyhelminthes and phylum Aschelanthes. Remaining phylum we'll discuss in our next class, students.